Tonight, Fox 10 investigates the sober living scandal and its impact on homelessness after Arizona's Medicaid agency cracked down on fraudulent behavioral health facilities, leaving clients with nowhere to live.
Critics say suspending the licenses of hundreds of providers was an overcorrection after Arizona lost more than $2 billion due to fraud. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum reports on this ongoing fallout.
Reva Stewart patrols the edge of Cesar Chavez Park in Laveen. On the hillside are those experiencing homelessness. Reva leads her team, Stolen People, Stolen Benefits, trying to help these folks get through winter with jackets, snacks, and resources to legitimate rehabs because some of them have been displaced by sober living homes no longer operating. The state's Medicaid agency, known as Access, implemented a moratorium on the enrollment of new providers in May 2023, which included behavioral health outpatient clinics and behavioral health residential facilities. It cut off new providers while the state cracked down on the bad actors. The moratorium was lifted in December of last year. Stewart says vulnerable people battling alcohol and drug addiction are being recruited once again.
They're blatantly doing recruiting now. A lot of the homes that got shut down or the IOPs that shut down are now opening up again under BHRFs.
Now new providers must pass heightened screenings by Access if high risk is identified. Officials say changes to policies will prevent bad actors from fraudulently billing the state for services never rendered.
The majority of the treatment homes right now are not really helping us.
Chelsea's time in and out of homes has been inconsistent.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've been to over 15 treatments and they're all different. They're not all the same.
Suspended providers went from hundreds in 2023 to just 18 in 2024. But allegations of fraud have become more revealing in suspension letters. For example, paying members in the form of free housing, food and gym memberships, billing for members who are incarcerated or dead, or someone who is receiving services elsewhere.
I know 51st is picking up again.
The team heads to 51st Avenue and Baseline to help many others.
So at 51st Avenue and Baseline, a hot spot in a busy intersection where there are 4 corners, 4 bus stops where drug activity is something that happens a lot on a consistent basis. So the team's here to help those in need and who have been displaced by sober living homes that have been shut down.
We meet this man who once lived at Canal on Baseline in Mesa, where in 2023, police said the condo complex contained numerous sober living organizations housing numerous clients, generating constant calls for service.
Some house manager would even tell you, hey, come in and we'll give you $100 a day.
They provide alcohol and drugs?
They would, yeah.
Police reports documented alcohol abuse and assaults. Eviction filings also obtained by Fox 10 revealed tenants leasing the unit agreed to pay group home or sober home surcharges on top of monthly rent.
They did back as many people in as possible. Took some of them to clinics, some of them didn't go.
And he says it was common to be shuffled from unit to unit as long as you were on the American Indian Health Plan.
They offered to help us, but they actually don't help us. They're lining the pockets.
And to confirm, you're not Native American?
Correct, I am not.
According to the 2024 annual homelessness assessment report released by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Arizona saw a 3.5% increase in its homeless population compared to 2023. Out of nearly 15,000 people experiencing homelessness, around half were unsheltered. Desba Reed is staying in a sober living home right now to avoid the streets.
And I want to move out into an apartment, but I know that I haven't worked in several years. I deal with being bipolar and then having my addictions at the same time, so it's kind of hard for me to just get stable. I feel like I'm finally getting it now. I feel like I'm doing a lot better and I just want to go forward, but I feel like as far as the economy goes, there's nowhere for me to live.
Has the Access scandal's fallout contributed to homelessness? We shall see. Maricopa County's annual point-in-time homelessness count just wrapped up in January, learning more about the people behind the crisis and what factored into their current situations. People we spoke with say the sober living scheme is not over.
Deplorable. It's awful. It's the people taking advantage of other people. It's not right.
It's just a revolving door at this point.
I'm Justin Lum for Fox 10 Investigates.
For all of our coverage on the Medicaid scandal, you can head to fox10phoenix.com/soberliving.